Okay, here's the deal. Um, Here's the punchline is that our routines impact our patterns. But if we're living unconsciously, asleep at the wheel or you're not really paying attention, then our patterns will unconsciously drive our routine. And when that happens, we run an outdated program. We run an agenda based off of priorities that are old. So the reason I say this and kind of start out this way is I want to talk about patterns and routines and how our examination of those is, I think, absolutely necessary in order to change, in order to create a different life. I think that's all of us. I think everybody is trying to engage in something more or different or better or easier, more peaceful, at ease, something, let it go. And I don't want that to just sound like we're adding something, like we're trying to gain or to be more. It's also necessary in order to just simply carve away, cut away, peel away all of the extraneous parts in order for us to be the more pure version of ourselves, which is also, we could call that subtracting. So our lives are the result of our patterns. And I love to say this. I say this often. And deeper than that is that we see our patterns are usually just designed in order for us to survive, get love, and get our needs met. And that was established a really, really long time ago. And that's why I say if we go to sleep, then the patterns and the routines that are being operated are old. Because the way I behaved at 8, 10, 20 years old, 25 years old, 40 years old are different than they are today. And one of the common human desires and needs is the desire for, or the need for growth, some type of a progression. So my belief is that this is a lifetime. This is something that we do, is a lifetime journey. And I don't know, I don't really care what you want to call it. I do feel that there is this sense of like, it's not just about gain. So that's why I use this example of subtraction. But I think that in order to change, we have to slow down. We have to observe our lives and see that events happen in reliable patterns. And the other thing is that we have to be willing to see the truth. We have to be willing to be enough of an observer and be enough of a critic in a healthy way to see that there's stuff that's dysfunctional. There's stuff that we do that's unhealthy. There's ways that we get our needs met that are lower vibration. There's states of being that we operate in that are difficult and require a shit ton of effort in order to just simply live. So I think that the more of these things that we see and we recognize and we raise the vibration of the way that we operate in the world, the easier life gets. The more there's just an ease that comes to our existence. So here's the deal too. Our patterns are established at our young ages. I just said 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, something like that. I just said even numbers there for just for fun. But like when we're little, we're just these amazing sponges. And we are trained by everything that surrounds us, our parents, society, our peers, teachers, everything, all the constructs, churches and institutions, they are all imprinting on us all of these patterns. And these are the patterns that I think that we need to continue to look at and tease apart and examine and criticize. So again, we're the result of our patterns. So I think the approach needs to be like a scientist and needs to go through these stages of, from an objective place of asking a question, inquiring, and looking at our life, looking at our practices, looking at our patterns. And is this the highest form or level of happiness that I could have? Is there more? Is there different? Could this be easier? And then entertain a hypothesis, like, what if I did this? So to begin to establish there's different choices here, and some of them might work better than others. And then kind of obviously we're going to want to predict, like, okay, this choice might be better than this one. And so I'm going to enact this choice. I'm going to try this out. I'm going to experiment with this. And then I think act it out, test the prediction, and then iterate over and over and over until all of these factors line up to create what you're wanting, to create this better life. And so I have an opportunity for you. And when you slow down and observe your life, observe it, criticize it, where in your life can you recognize a negative pattern that could use some adjustment? Are you discontent? Do you have anxiety? Are you not experiencing love? Maybe you got money problems. Maybe your sex life isn't fulfilling for you. Maybe you don't have enough peace, or you're disconnected from your higher power. And then the next question is, what changes are you willing to make in order to alter your patterns? And how can you weave that change into your routine over a long period of time to create a long-term change? And after that, what's next? What is the next thing that you'll look at? Or maybe you just want to stick that one out, which tends to be the way I do it. But I think it's important to say, cool, what's after this? And then what's after this? And what's after this? So thanks for your time. Have a great day.